Hi guys, this is your Bharat from Bold Businessman. Today we are going to enter into a basic part lecture 2. What is PE ratio? Price to earning ratio is one of the widely used and simple valuation ratios, which is mainly used to select or evaluate the stock. In this lecture, we are going to cover what is PE ratio, what drives PE ratio, usage of PE ratio, what are the drawbacks of PE ratio, and finally a bonus tip, how to find a market is undervalued or overvalued. Okay guys, let's get into the video. What is PE ratio? We can easily judge a company whether it's overvalued or undervalued, whether it has a strong balance sheet. The ratio is simple and easy to calculate. You can easily get the calculated PE ratio at any financial sites. There are two ways to calculate PE ratio, trailing and forward. Trailing PE ratio considers the EPS of 4 quarters, while forward PE considers the analyst estimation of next year's EPS. EPS is nothing but earnings per share. Maximum Financial website reports the trailing PE ratio, where areas brokerage houses presents the forward PE in the research report. In a very simple manner, how many rupees you want to pay for earning a 1 rupee? Again I repeat, how many rupees you want to pay for earning a 1 rupee is the PE ratio. If there is a PE 10 for a company, you are paying 10 rupees for earning a 1 rupee. If there is a PE of 15 for some large company, you are paying a premium of high amount such as 50 to earn a 1 rupee. We can also judge a company by its PE ratio whether the company is overvalued or undervalued. Basic usage of price to earning ratio. Number 1. Compare with its historical average. This is the best possible usage of PE ratio. You can compare a stock's PE with its last 3 years or 5 years historical PE. If you find a fundamentally strong stock is trading much below at its historical average, then it might be an worthy investment. Basic usage of PE ratio. Number 2. Compare with its industry competitor. You can compare a stock PE with other stock, those are in the similar business. Normally a stock that trades at a PE below than their industry competitors is valuation wise more attractive. Basic usage of PE ratio. Number 3. Compare with the broader market. You can also compare a stock PE with a PE of Sensex to get a rough idea of the valuation. It works well if the company is in part of Sensex. However, different stocks have different story, so you may not get a clear idea. What drives the PE ratio? Different companies have different historical PE level. Some stock, mostly from pharma and FMCG sector, always trade at a higher PE, while stocks from infrastructure or realty sector often trade at much lower PE. So let's have a look why it is so and what are the driving forces. Point number 1. High growth commands higher PE. High growth company always demand a higher PE. If a company is consistently growing faster than its competitor across the market cycle, then mostly likely it will be continue the trend. Therefore, investors are ready to pay the premium for its future growth. Point number 2. Business model. Cash is the king. Companies those generate massive cash flow are less leveraged. Moreover, these companies can easily meet their working capital requirement quite comfortably. Naturally, these companies demand a higher premium that translates into a higher PE. So, have a look at their cash flow and debt level. Drawbacks of PE ratio. There are also some of the drawbacks about the PE ratio. Number 1. accounting tricks. In the P ratio, E stands for earnings or simply reported profit. But the problem is that a company can easily distort their reported profit. There are several accounting tricks by which a company can inflate their earnings. Number 2. One-time income or charges. If a company recently sold some of its assets or some other business, then that income is recorded as one-time income. These one-time income expenses are mentioned in the footnotes of the income statement. One-time income can easily inflate earnings. And finally, lowers the PE ratio. Similarly, the one-time expense can negatively affect the reported profit and thus translate into higher PE. So have a close look at the footnotes of the income statement to identify such thing while evaluating a stock based on PE ratio. Number 3. Cyclical firms. Companies that go cyclical boom and the bust cycle requires close attention. Cyclical firms are those companies whose profit increases heavily during a particular period. So, if you find a low trailing PE of any such cyclical companies, don't get tempted. These are the major drawbacks of PE ratio. And also, just by looking at a stock with a low PE, you can't declare it as undervalued. Various other factors should be accounted before reaching the final decision. This is the very important bonus tip to find whether the market is overvalued or undervalued. We can easily find whether the market is overvalued or undervalued by using the Nifty PE. There is also a PE for Nifty. You can check that in every financial website. If the Nifty PE is less than or around 14, the market is undervalued. If the Nifty PE is above 20, the market is overvalued. By this way, we can find whether the market is overvalued or undervalued. You should always invest your money during the undervalued or during the Nifty PE during the period of 14 to 20. Thanks for watching this video and subscribe to our channel Bold Businessman and click the bell icon too.